Hey folks, it's David back again with another video. Just another update video really. I gone ahead and uploaded that little video that I made when I was getting loaded, I forget where. But yeah, I was kind of spooked, kind of freaked out at that moment in time about what may be going on with me as far as my health. But oh hush pup, here's the super chickens. Started out with 8, and these girls have just been so strong. Nothing unfortunate happened to them. I almost said it wrong. They're good girls. I think I said how one choked to death on a lizard, another one was egg bound, another one was, well, two became sickly and died, and one unfortunately was basically expunged from the group. There was something happening to her that was not pecking order related, and it was our fault for not identifying what was wrong first. But these 4 here have had 0 issues. They're just really strong girls. They lay some eggs too. Anyways, as I was saying, I forget where I was when or what day it was when I made that recording. I don't know if it was, everybody's already gone up into the, Monty, the rooster, he's already corralled them all up into the house. I hope nobody jumps out as I'm going to go ahead and shut the door. I forget if it was the Thursday night or not, where I'm going to go ahead and call it the worst night of my life, because part of the symptoms apparently of a UTI involves fever, and well, Thursday a week ago, I it was the worst night of my life, basically. And it wasn't just a fear of death that I had let come over me, thinking about bladder cancer and that I might have it. It was all my worst fears, basically. It was not even my worst fears. It was just an overwhelming sense of dread that I was tossing and turning, and I knew because of what pains I was having in the body that it was all symptomatic of UTI. The thing is, all the exact same symptoms of UTI are the symptoms of bladder cancer. So I let myself work myself up into a frenzy over this stuff. And now I have gone with the Colodoc and got myself some Bactrim, just a week's worth of antibiotics, basically the most basic stuff they give for it, and I got a good feeling that it's going to help me. I don't know if it's going to completely heal me of what I have or what, but I'm just in a much better place than I was when I made that last video, and I wanted to go ahead and say that in this video and say I don't wish what happened to me. It was all in my head. It was nonetheless something that I went through mentally, and how I got there, listening to this man and his testimonial about on YouTube about how he had bladder cancer. These videos of his are 7 or 8 years old. I kid you not. He takes you through it, how he saw blood in his urine, and then how he was treated, chemotherapy, had his bladder removed, had a new bladder reconstructed from his small intestine, and basically a valve installed in him that he has to release on time several times a day, and that's how he goes number 1 now in the bathroom. But he counts the blessing of being able to remain alive and see his son grow up. And so that's exactly how you got to look at it if you find yourself in that situation. I can't explain what happened to me that Thursday night a couple weeks ago. I was alone at the rest area, trying to get some good rest in the truck, delivering down to Houston. And that night, like I said, it wasn't really the fear of death so much as visions of being helpless, being broke, because I'm the only one in my family who's working at this time. I am dependent on by some folks, even though I don't have a wife and children. I nonetheless have something that people are dependent on me for, and I love my family. It's just all these guilty thoughts of wishing I were in a better place by now in my life and all this stuff. It's all I could see. And like I said, it wasn't like the fear of just dying. It was slowly dying, needing treatment, needing chemotherapy, not being able to work, being completely dependent on other people when I've always been able-bodied enough to work when I could get a job in the course of my life. It was just everything. It was like in my mind I was like slipping into the dark, like drowning maybe, and I couldn't do anything about it. Like I said, it was fever related, obviously, like a fever dream or something, with chills a little bit, and I had pains down in the lower back, abdomen, wherever, like maybe near the kidneys and stuff, and it was just reminding me, like, oh no, maybe I've got it, maybe I have cancer and it's already in my lymph nodes. And it was just on and on. It just fed upon itself in my mind, and I just felt myself, it was like I was afraid of dying without, and that's all. I can't even put any words after it. It's like I was dying without having achieved anything, and like my last weeks on earth are going to be like, how do you describe? I don't even know how to describe how I felt. It was the worst. It was the worst place my mind had ever gone to in my whole life. I kid you not. It wasn't just dying. It was like being helpless and hopeless. Totally without hope. That's you know what? That's the best way I could think to describe it. Just totally into the dark and without hope. That's where I could feel my brain, my mind slipping down. This is less than 2 weeks ago, a Thursday night. I'm going to need to mark it down on my calendar. It's like, this was the worst night of my life when this happened. I kid you not. And anyway, I just wanted to make a video, talk about that for a minute, to say I'm doing much better now. But also to go back to what I started to talk about in that first video, about how, the one that I uploaded right before this one, how I had let my mind, like a whole lot of people in this war hysteria, Israel, Iran, and what is Donald Trump going to do, if anything, and what is he supposed to do, what do people want him to do, what does he have the authority to do, and all. It's like, are we going to World War III and all this stuff. I thought I was beyond that, letting myself get worked into a frenzy by other people, but I admit, I was listening to the people who were talking about it regularly, some of the more trusted sources, people who are more in the know than just the talking heads on the mainstream, for what it's worth. And I let myself get a little bit worried about this stuff. But then when that happened, I didn't much care about any of it, because I was like, I think I might die soon. And so my mind just totally flipped. And I'll just say, by the grace of the Lord, I'm in a much better place now. And beyond that, I just wanted to end this little video, hopefully BitChute will let me upload the whole thing, by saying, your life matters, and just remember that. Know that I know it. I hope you know it, and don't let yourself get distracted like like I guess I'm still prone to let myself get distracted. Till next time, folks, take care, keep on keeping on.